Lot of benefits to that. The biggest one is a faster transfer speed with more bandwidth, a faster transmission rate, zero latency, and it's plug and play, so you don't need an internet connection to actually use this with your console. Now, of course, those are the benefits, but there are some downsides which we'll get to a bit later in the video. On the side of this HDMI dongle, there's also a USB-C port, because you can plug your PC into this so you can use the touchscreen on the handheld device. This allows you to actually use it like a normal screen. And talking about the screen, the resolution is a 1080p screen, which for a screen that's this sort of size is honestly more than enough. It looks absolutely fine, as you'll see later. Now we need to talk about one or two of the problems. So this is my capture card, and the reason why I've got my capture card out for this video is because when this device is plugged into the back of my PlayStation, it's a bit harder to use. Don't worry, it will all make sense. So whether it's your PlayStation or PC, you plug in this dongle to your output. Essentially, this is where you'd normally plug your TV into. Then you plug your USB-C cable into the side, which gives it power. And in this instance, I'm connecting this capture card to my PlayStation. Now, you don't need to do all of this. You can just plug this into the back of your device. Next, we need to turn the PlayStation on. Now, if you've got password protection set up on your PlayStation, you will need to confirm that first with your controller. Then you can turn on the controls on the PeakDo handheld. Now, you may be thinking, why doesn't this handheld have one on and off switch? And why is there a separate switch for the controllers? And the reason for this is so these controls can actually connect to multiple devices. If they make these controls integrated into the actual hardware of the screen, you're limiting to what hardware you can connect to. Now, I tried to launch Grand Theft Auto 5, the PS5 version, and this is where we were left with our first issue. The controls read as PlayStation 4 controls, and you can't use a PS4 controller on a PlayStation 5 to play PS5 games. So instead, I downloaded Session for PlayStation 4. A little footnote since the edit of this video, I've actually since spoke to PeakDo about this. Obviously, when I tested this device, there weren't any publicly available manuals how to use it. You can actually connect this to the PlayStation 5, and they've posted a full video on how to do it. But connecting it to the PlayStation 5 is a lot more complicated than what we've seen here. Now, the speakers on this are actually really good. I actually prefer them on this than I do to the PlayStation Portal. The PlayStation Portal speakers sound a little bit more tinny. Now, if we get close up to the screen, we can actually see that this resolution is really good. 1080p on a smaller device like this, honestly, is absolutely fine. Now, the triggers on the back have a really nice range of motion. They're linear, but the downside to these triggers is that they do feel a little bit cheap.
We're following developing deals at Old Navy.
And coming up next, are metallics the new neutral or just a crop?
I'm really hoping for the best here, but I have a good idea that the company who sent this product to me is probably going to be pissed. But I'm still hoping for the best. Maybe now that the camera's rolling, everything's going to be wonderful. But what you're looking at right here is not a Nintendo Switch, but it is a Nintendo Switch. Essentially, in the moment, it is a Nintendo Switch, and we'll get into that in a moment. But this company, they sent me this handheld here. It came in this nice case, like pretty much the same size and look of a Steam Deck case, just says PeakDo on it, but or PeakDo. I don't know. I want to get into that argument. 8-bit do, 8-bit do, PeakDo. I don't know. I don't care. Doesn't matter. It's just a made-up word. But they sent this case with a bunch of cables and dongles, dongy action, stuff like that. No documentation at all. Nothing to explain how the product works or any of the key features or how to do certain things. I had to ask for that, and it took a while to get a response. I kind of had the basic idea of it, but the only documentation I got was this thank you letter that we'll read real quick. Thank you for your interest in our 7-inch Wavestream gaming handheld, a wireless mobile game console but without latency. It truly provides an extraordinary gaming experience. Console incorporated the Wave technology that is normally found in point-to-point network, which reduces latency time. You guys can read the rest of this stuff. So it just says that it, supports multiple gaming platforms, avoids screen freezing, enjoy your game in the testing run. So it's very risky for a company to send a product that's like in development. It's an early model, a prototype maybe, because so many things could go wrong. And it's like they want me to do a video, but I have not had a good time with this thing. It's been ridiculous, and holy fuck is it hot. This thing has barely been on, and it's freaking blazing, dude. I could put an egg and some bacon back here and have me some freaking breakfast. This thing is hot. Oh my God. But okay, so essentially, what happened? Oh my God. No signal. That wireless technology. Okay. The use case here is probably not the best for the Nintendo Switch anyway, but this is the only system that I could get the controllers to work. And I'll explain, but okay. So this is plain Nintendo Switch. The screen doesn't look horrible, but it doesn't look great when compared to a OLED display. But there's that. Some Super Mario World? 3D World? Hell yeah. And it is so uncomfortable. Like, it is freaking hot, man. Oh, look, as I moved it around, that connection got jacked up. Now it's lost the signal. Once again, the dongle is right in view. So, oh my God. So, what you do with this device is you take this stinking dongle over here. Okay, there we go. Hopefully it works. Oh yeah, Mario time. You take this dongle that's back here, and I'll unplug it in a second. You plug power into it. It's got to be 20 watt or higher. And then you got to sync it to this device. Let me see if I can flip this bish around. Like, this is just ridiculous. So you got a sync button there. You sync it by going into this... well, you don't have to go in here. If it's just on that wireless mode down there, you're good. You can also use it over HDMI. So you can use this as like a screen. Plug in an HDMI or USB-C, video over USB-C. Got a bunch of stuff you could adjust, but it's a pain in the ass to use with the buttons on the top. Like, you would think, oh, volume up and down. No, you got to go in the menu for all that. Doesn't work that way. But latency-wise, I guess it seems okay. I don't really think I have an issue with any of that, but you can plug this thing into anything. Came with some little angle adapters, different orientation, just depending on how you want to use it. And then it just casts the video to this device. But if you go too far, it starts to cut out. Or if you obscure this receiver back here, it's hot, man. I don't know how many times I'm going to say it. But if this gets obscured, you see nothing's happening because I obscured it. And it's just right there. Like, you might rub it with your finger. You'll lose the signal. This thing is really pointless to me, but let's unplug it from the Switch. Like, I just don't even want it on there right now. But the other problem, these are Joy-Cons. They work just like Joy-Cons. The only way I got these to work was by attaching them to my Switch and syncing them to the Switch. So the way you're supposed to do it is use this dongle, plug it in, right? You plug it in. Let me turn the switch off. You plug it in, and then you got this little light blinking down here, right? And then you hold the button to sync it. I had to find that out from them. Figured that's what it would do, but the light just stops blinking every time I hold it. If I plug this into my PC, it'll kind of reset it, and then it'll work again. But then, when you try to hold it, it'll flash and then just turn off. So maybe this is defective. I don't know. But it's kind of a big pain in the ass. So essentially what you would do, we got power to this thing. Let's see if we can plug this into the Xbox. So what I've been doing with this thing, or what I was trying, was I tried it on my PS5, tried it on the Xbox. I used their power supply to supply power to the dongle. And I would just get a lot of issues, either no signal, or mind you, it would cut in and out real easy. Look at that. This is ridiculous. So I thought maybe it's not getting enough power. Something's got to be going on, right? So I took another power supply that provides a little bit more power, and I tried that, and it was the same thing. So I don't know what the deal is. So I plugged that in, now this disappeared. So I'll try to sync this, but I plugged it in and there's no light. This is frustrating. This is stupid, man. Like, I'm
See what's new with the Asus ROG Xbox Ally X. Press the Xbox button once to open the new Xbox Game Bar plugin, where you'll find Game Launcher and games, quick settings, Xbox Friends list, extensions, and audio controls. Press it again to close. Then press the Command Center button to open Armoury Crate SE. Adjust power and performance settings, or open the full Armoury Crate app to view your library and customize profiles. The Ally X features the AMD Ryzen AI Z2 Extreme processor, 24GB of LPDDR5X RAM, 1TB of storage, and a larger battery for longer gaming sessions. While the ROG Xbox Ally has an AMD Ryzen Z2A processor and 16GB of LPDDR5 RAM and 512GB of storage. Both models share a 1080p 120Hz variable refresh rate display with 500 nits of brightness and updated design ergonomics inspired by an Xbox controller. Accessories are available separately to expand your setup.
PlayStation
Hey everybody, this is Russ from Metro Game Core. Today we're going to review the Asus Microsoft ROG Xbox Ally X. Now that's not the official name, it's really just the ROG Xbox Ally X, but man, it is a little bit confusing. The way that I've been thinking about it is that it's part of a partnership with Asus, where they made the hardware, and then Xbox made the software, and they added their own button. And it really is just the next iteration of the Asus ROG Ally X, which is one of my favorite handheld PCs of all time, and they have made a couple improvements here and there, but really most of the focus is going to be on the software. At the end of the day, this is an excellent handheld PC, much like its previous model, with some keen improvements, including the ergonomics as well as performance power. But they're also marketing this thing as being an Xbox when it's really just a handheld PC, and my conclusion after testing this for about a week is that it's a pretty lousy Xbox. The software could get better, and I do appreciate that they're at least trying after all of these years, but we're not there just yet. And so in this video, we're going to kind of take a deep dive into all the things that make this device good and bad, and whether or not I recommend it in the end. Grab your favorite snack and drink, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, let's start with specs and then move into price, and the CPU on this unit is the AMD Ryzen AI Z2 Extreme. And among the Z2 series, this is the top of the line from AMD right now. It is essentially the same as the Z2 Extreme found in the Lenovo Legion Go 2, as well as the AI HX370